Hello. Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Who've we got today then?
We've got Snugs, and I think Sommy's going to join us.
There's a voice room. The Whiteland's up in the lounge. Has he just joined or has he been there all the time?
No, he just joined a little bit ago. I managed to get out of him that I think he is going to play, so I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
Not easy getting a straight answer out of Whiteland these days.
No, they don't go directly into the mixer RW. I have like an extension lead which goes under my desk and it plugs into that. So something's not quite right. You're not playing that game on Twitch? What? It's got changed, dude. We're playing Factorio. Caloran, see you later, bro. Let's see. Right, so I'm dragging down Sommy.
Yep. And Snugs.
Snugs and Sommy, you both here?
Yep.
Yep.
And Whiteland is anyone's guess.
Okay, well if he says anything, I'll drag him in. I mean, I've not seen him in chat for ages.
Thought you said he was busy. Or has been busy. I don't know with Whiteland, so just...
Yep.
That's exactly what I said.
Let's see. Multiplayer. Let's just turn this off a second. Turn that off. Host a save game. Okay, server's up.
Alrighty.
Normal details?
Just, yeah, normal details all paused.
Happy anniversary.
Bethelzen, thank you for 55 months. Wow, the time goes fast. Keep up the good work, Bethelzen. Wow. 55 months, dude. Totally epic numbers. Okay, unpaused. Yeah, I think last time we played, Whiteland had concreted the entire universe and Sommy couldn't get any bots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seem to remember something like that.
Yeah.
Right then, so. Don't know where we are on a tech tree. Says we're not researching anything. Oh, Warrior, thank you for 27 months. Are we not researching because we don't have any military tech, or?
Yeah, I still need to... If Whiteland's not here, then I need to sort the research out, so... It's going to take me a while.
Okay, I think I was going to go and sort out the whole mess of liquid. Because it's all a complete shambles at the moment.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know, the last time I was here, we were on the mist of doing ATS MP, so yeah, just... Yeah.
That's true.
My brain was like mush at that point, so yeah.
At the moment, the bots are busy building concrete floors everywhere. I think I built a concrete creator and then we just concreted the world, so...
Yeah.
Well, like, genuinely, there's no construction bots at the moment.
Yeah.
No.
It's hard to cancel
the
that.
whole base is just...
I mean, if you look at
who's done that? Was that Whiteland then?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Alright.
If Squirrel's not online, they can't play multiplayer. That's a weird system. Not true. I'm not online, RW. But they can play. Because when you host a game in Factorio, you can just put in a server name and a password and stuff, and they'll see it. 1K processing units per hour. Computer age 2. I just got.
Looks like an attack happened north of the wall.
So that's the base as it stands, guys. We just expanded south, didn't we?
Yeah, alright. I'm gonna do some crowd clearing north side today.
Yeah,
oh yeah, that's right. Snugs was just on a constant battle. Like, just there was a constant alert saying tank is under attack.
I think we need to focus more on science and constructing stuff.
Sorry about that.
But what we could do is the bots reach into the northwest of the base if anybody wants to do that. There's no logistic or construction up there at all.
Yeah, but
I
also
managed to cover the northeast side of the base.
yeah, but also the enemy villages is getting rather
See you, Zenon.
close to the north side of the wall anyways. So I think I'm gonna try and clear that so it doesn't get out of hand.
Right, first off, we don't need so many of these things here. It's an insane
northwest
amount of
needs pushing back
construction.
a little bit, I think.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna go around north and then down northwest-ish.
It's a chemical plant. So here's the problem, guys, right? We've got loads of crude oil. Then
Don't
we
forget to
have...
press your Alt key, Paul.
Yeah. We have... Yeah, I know. We have loads of crude oil, which is coming in. We have loads of petroleum gas. But we don't have any light oil or any heavy oil. And the reason is because these little bad boys here are busy cracking everything. Now, what I want to do is I want to limit their cracking so that they don't use everything that's in these tanks. Because if they use everything in these tanks, then stuff doesn't go downstream for plastic bars and that kind of thing, or lubricant. And lubricant is made over here by these boys. So they pull it off the main bus there and make that into lubricant, but they can't make stuff. They can't make stuff because they don't have any heavy oil.
Everywhere.
And all the light oil's being cracked, and we don't want that. Yeah, exactly, Giddy Raccoon. So what I'm trying to get round to, Giddy, is I need a circuit condition. So we don't want these guys firing off unless we've got a minimum level in these tanks. That's what I'm trying to get to here. So we need a circuit condition on this lot. So we don't want this lot to crack. I don't even think we need this many, if I'm honest. It's an insane amount. I'm pretty certain that's far too many. I don't know what the ratio is, but I'm pretty certain it's not that. So what we want to do, we want to block the input. We want to block the input of this oil into here with a pump. And then we wire the pump to a circuit condition on this. And we check the level of oil into here. So if the level of oil drops below a certain amount, we turn the pump off. And then these guys can't get any stuff. That's how it's going to work. See you, Fat Cowboy? That makes sense. So that's the main bus. We're going to leave that alone. We're going to have a pump coming out of here. And it'll split off into those two. So we'll break that there. You don't need combinators. I'm going to have a pump. And I'm going to wire the pump to the level of this thing, is what I'm going to do. Jimmy Save Latin Paul. The hunter should be ready, getting an update early either next week or the week after. You'll be able to hunt jacket rabbit. Jacket rabbits? What, like rabbits with little jackets on? There's also a DLC with new weapons, one being a cool crossbow. Ooh. Cool Patrick, how did you like the network cookbook I tweeted you? I did like it, Cool Patrick. It's a pretty good guide. What is exciting about Factorio? I don't know if exciting is the right word. Right, have I got a pump on me? That's the question. No, I do not have a pump on me, because I need an engine unit for that. I know, Jimmy, but it's funny. Like, spelling mistakes can be funny. No, he's not in the game. Where can I get an engine unit from? Engine units on the provider chest, does anybody know?
Not a clue.
Let's find out. Engine.
What?
Give me one engine.
Have we got a power failure across the base?
It would appear something's going on.
I'm not seeing anything come up. Oh no, wait, some stuff's gone.
I've got power failures.
So I'm standing by all the accumulators and they've all just run out.
Yep, there's no satisfaction. All the power just went offline.
There's no power.
I'm back now.
Maybe.
So at night we are out of power now.
That must be the bots.
Must be, yeah, because they're charging like constantly.
I don't know. I mean, it's still nighttime, isn't it?
No, it's coming on today now.
Right, well, I've just put some.
Solar panels are already producing.
They are now. There's no
Yeah.
excess energy at the moment.
Our satisfaction is low.
Yeah, give it a second.
Why don't use the electric engines since they work on electricity? Why doesn't the pump use electric engines?
Yeah, I think it's all the bots because they're doing so much work.
It's 130 megawatts of power going to our bots.
Wow.
130 megawatts.
No, it's climbing 140.
They're constantly charging.
'cause they're
There's
all
hundreds
active.
of them charging.
There's no okay, so there's no excess power. We're not producing enough power to charge the accumulators because all of the bots are taking the power.
I'll chuck the nuke back on.
It's like somebody created too many bots.
No, it sounds like somebody gave the bots too much to do.
Yeah, but that would always be the case, wouldn't it? Like, we shouldn't create more bots than we can have active.
Hang on,
Nuclear
that's
power
no-
is coming back on now.
Nuclear vessel. I know we're making engine units somewhere. G'day, Tony Tyrex. To be fair, we have got a lot of bots. Does anybody know where we're making engine units? Oh, I think I found it.
Put it in your request.
I did, and it says 0 satisfied.
Yeah,
0 on the
might
way.
just be 'cause they're busy.
No, because that would be logistics and not construction.
I'm seeing logistics spots going around as well.
Oh yeah, there aren't spare engines around. There are engines being produced. You can just nick them out of the machine before they turn into electric ones, I think.
I'm gonna try and
Yeah.
grab one now.
Up the north, where I was making those tanks,
Oh no, hang on, I've got them.
there are engines being produced there.
I nicked one.
Well, there's thousands. Let me just put a thing on the end of this. Hang on.
I know it's not hard to send a message to 10. You replied in 8. Not sure what you mean, Matty. You're currently running 5,800 logic bots and 921 combots. Get moving on nuclear and you'll be fine. I think we've already got nuclear. I think Jack had just turned it off for a bit.
I've got some engines producing separately up top, where I am now.
Have you just put that online, Jack? Or
It was already there. It's what I used to make tanks. But I've turned off the connection to the tank part so that it's just making the engines and then storing them.
Oh, his
You'll
tokens
have
have run.
like 20 or
Right.
30 in
That's why I
storage,
was
just for what
confused.
little things you need.
So this thing is getting plastic bars because it's got petroleum gas.
just
That's
put
fine.
200 into storage
Um,
into the robo network.
Is that Whitelands, do you want?
Yep.
Right done.
All splitting ratio in 0.14 was 817. What is it in 16 though? So we've got all these pumps here. Chucking crude oil into here. It's like insane amounts of storage. 10k of crude oil storage. But nothing's firing because... Well, this thing's firing and cracking, isn't it? That's splitting it. Oh, I hate this. So, like, because it's basically two systems in one, like, this was originally built, and then this came later, and now I don't know which way it's going more. Let me suggest to you a Robocharger mod. It's a lifesaver once you get a lot more bots. Gives you 10 quick charging ports for bots instead of 4 at a time. The problem is, Tuscan, is not, like, the charging points. The problem is the amount of power they're taking. We're not generating enough power. The water level's a bit variable. So look at this, we've got loads of light oil here. In these tanks. Yeah, I know what you mean. When somebody says fracking, it just reminds you of Battlestar Galactica. That's full of gas. It's so difficult to see the lines here, you know? You've just got these underground things and it's like, where's this going? Where's that going? Lord Doyle's here, of the Shire.
Oh, you run him over.
What?
You run him over.
Run him over. Come on, boy. You're looking a bit cleaner. Where's your collar gone? Where's your collar gone, eh? Hey. Not as dirty as you was before now, are you? Hey. Go on, what have we got for you?
Right, don't look.
Here we go. What is it? Guess if it's a schmacko or a cheese bite. He's too low down. He's like putting his head off the camera trying to reach to you, look. So nobody can see him because his head's down there. Need to look at the cam and see what's going on. Hey. That's not Master Doyle, that's Lord Doyle, sir. Lord Doyle. Spoken in a very posh English accent. Yeah. You've been checking all day hoping you play Factorio, Rusty. You're in luck, mate. That was a cheese, I saw that. that was a cheesy bite.
He declined the smacko.
Did he?
Yeah.
You see, he likes the cheese. Just like his jokes, like some cheesy. He smacks so much with cheese bites, it's ridiculous. People are saying hello, Mrs. Squirrel. Oh, caught that.
He had a fun time at the park.
Did he now?
Yeah. He had lots of snacks. You went for a swim.
You went for a swim? What do you go for a swim in? You went in the pond? Oh my god.
Welcome back.
Rusty, you should chat with Tommy. He thinks it's boring. See you later. Bye. See you on the truckin'. Go and get your collar on, pal.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
100 hours recently on Factorio. Lol, dude. Okay, right, this is being pumped into here and shared between that. So that's a shared storage area. Some of it is then being pumped, taken out of here and here. So it's being split here for these guys. Oh my god, it's been split here as well. See, I don't think these should be splitting. All the splitters should be down somewhere else. So we've then got more storage up here, which is just nuts. There's no centralized storage at all. And this is an old-fashioned splitter. This is not the new one. The new ones need water. That's a new one. There's gas here, and there shouldn't be, because they can use this gas. So they shouldn't even take gas out of that. I'd literally have to break this apart just to rebuild it. I'd have to put so many things offline just to fix this. It's horrible. You got lubricants up there, and we've got lubricant down here. Time to take them out and make it right. Whew. Everything would just break down while I fixed it, though. So this is the main array. This is where it's all... This was what I built later. So all the oil comes in this way, gets split, and then comes out into these 3 lines, which then gets dumped into these tanks. This is where it should be. Additionally, I think some of it got pilfered this way for something. Oh no, hang on. What's all this about? Where the heck is this even going? Right. So somebody nicked a massive feed to bring it over here. To bring it into this lot. Oh my god. Are you serious? Build a new plant beside it and redirect the flow to the oil jacks. Yeah. Yeah, the oil is a complete mess. Lubricant's going all over the place as well.
Is it me, or is everything really slow to respond?
When you say slow to respond, meaning what?
Like if I click something on my inventory to send it into a different place, it'll take a second before it actually goes.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of micro lag.
Oh, I'm not seeing any problems yet. Alright, you know what? I don't think I'm going to figure that one out. I think the best I can do is to just make sure that we've always got stuff in supply and that it's not being stolen, but it's going to be hard to stop it being stolen if it's all heading north, like this is doing here. Whoever built that has been really sneaky, because they're not supposed to take a feed from here. They're supposed to take a feed from the tanks. Everything that comes out of here should go south into the tank, and then... So it goes into the north side of the tank, and then it comes out the bottom end of the tank. That's the main bus. And somebody's nicked it here, and nicked it up there, and it just breaks the whole input-output thing. Stops it balancing properly. So this here shouldn't be like that. I don't even know why it is like that, because it should be coming in from down here. Should be coming off that main bus though. Unless it's the... No, unless it's the output, in which case it's right. Oh no, if that's the output, that's fine.
Are you talking about that petroleum line, Paul?
I kind of wish that it would show you the direction of flow of the liquid, and then I could see which way a pipe is going. That would be useful.
Yeah, but are you talking about that petroleum one that goes quite a long way across and then into 3 tanks?
Yes.
Yeah, that's input to your petroleum. That's not output. That's not stealing.
Right, that's bringing it in.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine then.
That's why there's a directional pump. If you follow the line from the 6 refineries in the line, if you follow that up.
Yeah. Oh, I see it.
This pump here is input.
Yep, that's fine then. All right.
Yeah. That plant down the other end is coal liquefaction. So any spare coal that we've got, it's making it into petrol.
Cool.
That's what that whole thing is doing. Yeah. That's why I put it on the end here and put a pump up there, so it would be in this way.
I know.
This is in.
It would be great if you could
out.
put labels on to say, like, it's going south, but you can't. You can't do it. The only thing you can do is look for a pump.
I put this pump up here just to ensure that obviously it wasn't being nicked from this line. It's, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as it's pushing north to south, it'll all
It
work.
sounds really stupid, but if you look at the gaps in the petroleum pipe, you can just about make out that it's travelling south rather than, yeah.
Oh, you do that then?
That's up here where there's a gap.
Oh, in the pump, yeah.
And there's a, yeah.
Yeah, but it's the only place where you can put a glass window, isn't it?
Yeah, where there's a glass window, you should be able to make out the direction. But obviously, if there isn't one like all of these, then yeah, you're a bit screwed. But
So
that's
where's that going then?
yeah, that's an input.
So what? So that's an input as well, isn't it? Okay. So why do we have
Well, there's bad news and there's bad news.
run out of nuclear stuff?
Bad news is I'm running very low on uranium.
Ow.
And the other bad news is that because of that, the nuclear generators are about to run out of fuel.
Well, the really bad news is not really much uranium storage around.
No, I'm going to have to find and tap a new deposit very quickly.
110k.
Tiny one down south. $500,000 northeast. That's behind a lot of enemies, though.
Yeah, but southwest is 500,000, southeast is 300.
Yeah. Again, behind loads of enemies.
Got a constant combinator showing the direction. That's probably a good idea, actually. I wonder if I'm making constant combinators.
Welcome back, Nutter.
How do we create an arrow?
I had a little bit of uranium in storage. I've chucked that in the
How do I make like a down pointing
got a
arrow?
little bit of fuel back. It'll be okay for the next night.
There are no shapes in this. Remember those things used in blueprints as material labels? You could use them to mark direction. Yeah, but how do you mark it as direction? That's the constant combinator. V. Why doesn't that show? You can put S for south. How do I make it show that? Put two of them, one empty, then the other label to remember that it goes from fully to... I don't know how do you get to show that. Doesn't seem to want to do it. No idea. Don't know how you do it. Matty, good night. Okay, so anyway, assuming that all works fine, what we don't want to do is nick all of this. So we shall get our little pump. No, stupid thing. Ah, that's so annoying. I have to go there because this thing's stupid. What the heck? It thinks there's water going in there now. Oh, for God's sake.
Welcome back, Nutter.
How do I fix that? How do I fix that? Oh my God. I want oil going into here, not water. Okay, maybe if we just put the power next to this thing.
You're gonna have to take all those pipes out.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you have to delete the whole lot.
You
Anything
actually
that's got water in it.
serious? That is so irritating. Surely. How do you flush it through?
I don't know. Like anytime I've had a mess up with liquids like that, I've just had to delete everything that the wrong thing is in. I don't know if there is actually a way of getting it out otherwise.
It's remove all. Oh my God. I never knew that. Hang on. Oh, that's just insane. That's completely insane.
Happy anniversary.
That's a harsh
Nutter.
lesson to pay right there. Okay. I don't know if you can Bigfooty, to be honest. Actually, you probably can with this thing. The only problem with the central pipe design is you can't cut through easily. Right, so, anyway. That's now got light oil going through it. So now we need to stop this pump from firing if the level of oil here is too low. That's what we need to do next. So for that we need circuit. Take all wire. Now then, if we wire up this tank here to that pole there. Then if the level of light oil is greater than, let's say, 2000, so in theory, that light oil shall build up now until there's 2 grand of it, and then that pump should fire. How do you get to make 5 at a time? You right-click, Schmuckalina. Right-click will do it in 5s. That's building up very, very slowly. Now I've got a heavy oil problem. That pump is now off. So the cool thing is now as well, if you hover over that, it shows you the total of light oil you've got, which is really sweet. Right, heavy oil's going this way. Heavy oil is going into here, which is then, this is making fuel blocks. We don't need so many, crikey. Don't know why we have 2 of them. We don't need 2 of these. Right, same thing's going to happen here. This is consuming all the heavy oil and just make it into lubricant. And same problem again. We only want to pump excess oil through here. So we're going to need another pump. Which means going grabbing another engine unit. Atlanta Dark, it is complicated. It can be complicated. This oil production's way too complicated. It's horrible. Every time you play the game, you'll build it better. Every time you play. Let me nick an engine unit out of here. You can make rocket fuel with one of your solid fuel factories. Yeah, we're not anywhere near the rocket bit, but it's a good idea. Let's make a spare pump now. So I think with this, what we'll do is we'll have a tank in the middle. And then we'll grab the pump. So this thing's going to pump into here. But it's only going to pump if there's enough back here. Does anybody know when you're using the red wire and the green wire, how does it matter which one you use, or is it just a colour? Like, I don't get how you use the red or the green. Like, what was the... Like, if I was to link, say, this now to that, that's got red wire as well. Oh yeah, look, they're both on the same
White
thing.
land.
Lol.
Oh dear. Did he run in front of you?
I accidentally ran him over.
Oops.
Really?
Yeah.
You murderer. There we go. All red and all green on one circuit. Gotcha. So now what we can do is turn that pump off. We can wire that pump to there. And we can say if the heavy oil is greater than 2000, then that pump will run and it'll pump anything in excess into this tank. And then these boys will take their feed. That's annoying. There you go. So that thing is taking its oil from that tank. So it can't work unless there's enough in here. And it won't run unless that pump turns on. And it's not running until we build up some excess. You haven't got enough bots unless you can't see your factory. So hopefully now we're going to start building some surplus. That's still only on 1.5k. That's not generating much. Where's that coming from? Why is that producing so little? Right, now we can monitor all four by looking at that wire. Between the bot and pollution haze, that's a profit factory. Don't seem to be producing much heavy oil, which is a bit confusing. Because if all these things up here are cracking it... These guys here, what's going on here then? What we need is some speed modules. Try that. It's a little bit better. 60% quicker now. That's what you want in life. Basic makes more heavy, advanced produces less heavy. Yeah, that's true actually. It does produce less heavy, that is the downside. Of course, the really annoying thing is this guy over here. Oh, they've got none here either. Look at that. I reckon they've stopped because that's full. And that's full. This is the problem with having separate tanks.
Happy anniversary.
I think these guys should be removed. These here. They should just be completely removed. And I take the output of the main bus down here and shove it into here. That's twice Whiteland's died in 10 minutes.
What's he doing?
I have no idea.
He's trying to
Why
help me
don't take
clear
my
the
car?
big
I'm
camp.
using that. Whiteland. Thanks, Whiteland. Okay.
Whiteland's being roamed tonight.
Yeah. Put my car back to me and crashed it into an oven.
We have so much petroleum gas. Don't need two of these here. The rate they produce sulfur. Why does this even exist? He's being very quiet. He's always very quiet. Three machines is overkill. Also, this one is not putting it onto a box like this one, it's putting it onto a belt. Yeah, but just look at how much we have of it and how quickly we're producing it, you know? It's crazy. Where is this acid going anyway? It's going into there.
The sulfur was needed to keep up with the sulfuric acid demand for the batteries.
Yeah. Where's all the acid going though?
Into storage and then across the base to provide batteries and advanced circuits. Not advanced circuits, the blue electronic circuits.
99.9. Yeah, we don't have enough. We're just not using sulfuric acid at the rate that we're producing it.
There was a bit of a lag and delay of enough acid being produced versus the demand kind of thing. So I put another one online and 3 seems to be able to cope, but it's too much, but 2's not enough, so it was kind of a compromise.